Hi there. So, if you've been thinking about how you can improve your social media presence, you've not been thinking about this question on your own. And so, we went out there to find an expert who could give us key tactics that we could use to actually help us really up our game on social media. And so, we invited Esther Musyoki, who's a digital marketing strategist with over 6 years' experience in launching, optimizing, tracking, and improving campaigns, both online and offline. And so she brought to us a unique way of thinking about you creating a strategy or a plan that you can start implementing on your own. And so even if you're a total beginner, this works for you, starting off scratch or renewing your page. So this will be a 6-part video, each video with the title, The WWHW Strategy. Listen in and see what new things you can actually implement in your own strategies as you look to improve what you're doing on social media.
Thank you very much, Lillian. As mentioned, my name is Esther Musyoki, the guest speaker for today's session. I'm a marketer by profession and also by also a lover of what I do as well. So it's not just something on paper, it's something that I'm very passionate about. As Lillian mentioned, with the 6 years experience, I first started off as a market researcher in the very beginning of my career, up until I think around my 3rd year in my profession. That's when I switched to digital marketing, and I found it quite interesting, and I found it a very interesting way to be able to reach audiences beyond your current, say, geographic location. You can be able to, reach audiences even beyond. So I currently work and operate in the Kenyan market. And I think we're going to have a great, and quite engaging session here that has been organized by Lillian. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to see how we can be able to have a fantastic session. Thank you, Lillian.
So as usual, we love to start with a story. So we have a bit of a quote unquote story to tell you about a specific person. And this stories normally just help us set the setting of really understanding that even as we go through content around marketing, we're really looking to place it within the lives of a person, right? Marketing is supposed to help someone who's facing a real challenge. And so we have a story to share with you that would really help you see how to implement what we're going to actually discuss today. And so this case study is called Bake Me a Cupcake. And it's about Paul, who is a university student studying hospitality. So he's a great cook. People love his cooking, especially his cupcakes. Anytime his friends have a party, Paul would be the guy for cupcakes. One of his friends suggested that he should start selling his cupcakes. So, who is Paul to deny the world his beautiful and sumptuous, cupcakes? And so he decided to actually start selling the cupcakes. And he was receiving orders from people, especially his friends, because they knew the quality of his cupcakes. They were always the guys to actually get the cupcakes first. And so it's the end of the semester. And as usual, there's always a hassle around exams. And there was no way Paul was going to let his cupcake business get into the way of his exams. And so he had to stop for a bit. So when he stopped, he did his exams, and then new semester starts, and he's thinking, new cash coming in with his new business. He starts to actually start trying to get people to know about his cupcakes and sell them. And so in doing that, he noticed that with the break that he had to take, the orders weren't coming in as usually as they would. And so he thought of actually using social media to get orders. That way he wouldn't have to go to places step by step. He could actually just get people from different areas knowing about what he's doing. And then he'll be able to actually sell his cupcakes, and people make orders by just calling him or DMing on social media. So he created an Instagram page, started putting up photos of his cupcakes. They were beautiful, putting up reviews because he had really good reviews from the last time he started. And so he set up the page, but at some point, 2 months down the line, he got stuck, right? And what happened was that he wasn't seeing his following growing. And the fact was that he couldn't see any sales at some point. And so he was really stuck. And this story just highlights what normally happens. I've had so many university students actually talk about the fact that they start a job when the semester is actually reaching exam period, they stop. So starting off again is a bit hard. And so the question is, how can you create a strategy that can actually meet with the demands of your day-to-day time? So it can be university or you're doing CIM, and it's something that you're doing even like on a day-to-day basis, and it's affecting your day-to-day life, either in your business or even with marketing like another company as well. And so Esther will be taking us through a presentation she created to help us really understand what content strategy is, and then answer the question, why the hell should Paul listen to anything about content strategy? It's the last thing on his mind. He's thinking about his cupcakes. What are those? What's the relationship between those two? So we're hoping that as you listen to this story and you listen to the content that Esther will be sharing, find a way to see how it connects to your situation as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lillian, for taking us through the case study. Indeed, we need to help this guy find a way in which he can still make more sales for his cupcakes through an increased following. And I think we are going to answer that through today's presentation. So after the presentation, we should be able to see how this gentleman can be able to apply the same and still find a balance between coming up with a proper digital content strategy, convert sales for his cupcakes, and also, since Lillian mentioned that this gentleman is in school, still also get to balance this, what he does, which I would say like a side hustle, plus his schoolwork as well. Yeah.